Alright guys, these are the new 34 by 9 by 16 Terache Aztecs. And as you can see, the scale is saying that they are 46.7 pounds. That makes it the lightest 34. Here's them compared next to the old 32s, and as you can see, they're a lot more than 2 inches taller. But really happy with how light they are. So just to give you a comparison, it's in my other videos, but let's throw one of these on the scale, show you how light this is. Now granted, it's probably got a little bit of sand on it, and you know, slightly heavier than it was new because it's not exactly a clean, pristine tire. But this is 42.5 pounds. So pretty amazing. They managed to keep it that light by making it that much taller. And it's a pretty big difference in height. So another thing that's important is the pitch. So let's count the pitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 knobbies per tire. And on the 32 it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 knobbies per tire. So that's pretty standard. You went up 2 inches, you added one more knobby. That keeps a pretty similar tread spacing. You could make them in an 18-inch wheel, but I think 16s right now, you can get 16s in beadlocks, so 16 is the way to go. Those 16-inch MSA beadlocks are on sale super cheap all the time, and they're pretty decent wheels. Super aggressive, but they have a continuous tread, so they won't sink down real fast, and they'll actually ride real smooth. These Aztecs pull almost as hard as my 32-inch Silverbacks, which are way wider, way heavier, way more tread, but they ride 1,000 times better because of the tread design. Really smart tread design. Alright, to give you some kind of idea on the tread height, it's just shy of 1 3/4 inches. These tires are pretty much brand new. And now we'll give you total height. So there's the total height of the tire on the bike, and it's true 34. So that's 5 psi on a Rubicon. So they are a very true tire, if not just a hair tall, because they're on the bike and they're at 5 psi, so they're squatting a little bit. So let me show you what the regular 32s look like. So there's a regular 32 for you. You can see it's just over 1.5 inches of tread. So the new tires do have maybe 1/4 inch more tread, and they have maybe 1/8 of an inch more girth to the tread. So they did change the tread up a little bit. It's not the exact same tread on a bigger tire. It's a little more tread and a little wider, which is great for a side-by-side, supporting some extra weight. And yeah, awesome. These aren't mounted, obviously. That is a truly massive tire. Jeez, looks very cool, very aggressive. Probably wondering how I'm running 34-inch tires with stock axles. Well, these tires are very light and I have pretty good throttle control. That's how. To lock the diff in, just back up in a circle. Boom, locked. All right. I did manage to stuff them under the Rubicon just barely. A little ridiculous, but very cool. They totally dwarf a 32 back or 31 Outlaw. In all these pictures, they had 15 PSI. I just mounted them. There's it next to a 32 that's unmounted. Huge difference. Obviously, a lot of air pressure. They fit the Razor perfect. They're a great side-by-side size. I think they're a little much for most foilers, but awesome on side-by-side. That's compared to my 35-inch BKTs. So that's a really good comparison right there. I'm usually very hesitant to gear a machine too low because when you do that, you lose a lot of wheel speed in first gear, and unless you gear this thing extremely low, your second gear will never be as low as your first gear was stock. But even with the 72% reduction on here, these tires clean out so well, it's not an issue. You can spin them really slow and they're still going to clean out. They got really big tread spacing, so it's not like an Outlaw 1 where you got to spin it pretty hard. Like a 31, if you were geared this low, you won't be able to clean the tire out in first gear.